Mike.
Okay, moving on. Mike, let's make this a three-man podcast. Enrique, good to have you on BGS.
Yes.
And I'm out. Mike, you're dismissed. You're allowed one terrible joke. Just kidding, if that's what we're allowed.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What are you saying?
One terrible joke. One.
My jokes are spot on. I'll tell you
And
that.
he likes to chew ice.
Please
don't put any more ice in your mouth.
I'm not chewing ice. This is a lozenge. I have a cold, and I am congested, and I'm taking Mucinex,
Now,
and I have a cough
your
drop.
jokes are only spot on because they're
we
edited
go.
in.
Here we
All
go.
your other bad jokes are actually edited out.
That's true. You do say lots of things that are
say lots of things.
terribly offensive.
I'm not good live.
No, because Jerry is literally a person you're never quite sure what he's going to say.
Wild card.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Go.
Welcome.
Hello.
No.
Stop.
I did not
Already
welcome
messed up.
you. I was welcoming.
Have you ever listened to the podcast?
I was welcoming the people that listen to this podcast.
Oh, wait.
So this podcast is a special podcast. This is our annual
Special.
First annual.
Tyler podcast.
Tyler.
We have a
TH.
sponsor.
TH the.
We have a sponsor, technically. Tyler, we'll get to that. First off, we have to do our introductions.
Yes.
Who's with me in studio here but none other than Gobby,
Hey.
Mike,
What up?
and somebody else.
Yeah.
Chicken Wing. Go ahead, Enrique.
Yeah.
Somebody that's at a gun show.
Yeah, I want to know why. This is January, and you're wearing a shirt with no sleeves.
Okay.
Just pointing that out.
He's like, deal with it, bro.
I'm not having it. This is weird. You do not show up at another person's home wearing a shirt with no sleeves.
Okay, first of all, you've been dealing with this for how many years now?
And I have bought you
He broke out a first of all.
numerous turtlenecks.
I'll break out another first of
Turtlenecks?
all.
What
If we start
turtlenecks?
questioning the style choices here,
Yeah, we can discuss it all day. With a
that's
hat.
rabbit hole we're not willing to
Panama
go
Jack
with.
hat.
A Panama Jack hat with a shirt with no sleeves. that is the Enrique.
That's our dear Enrique,
style.
and that's why we love him.
This is a special podcast, not only because there's 4 of us here today, but also because, as I had brought out earlier, we have a sponsor, Mr. Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, what's up?
Yes, he sent me some cool stuff money.
He emailed today as well.
Did he? What did he say?
He was appreciative. He said, because I didn't put out a podcast Wednesday night, like on time. He's like, I thought I was going to be without a podcast, but then I woke up Friday morning and there was a podcast.
No, that was nice.
So that was it.
He's appreciative.
That's all I got to say.
He sent us money
I meant to email him back. Actually, I completely forgot.
and said, "Why don't you buy
the ball.
Why don't you buy Kemet? Is it Kemet or Kemet?
Commit.
Whatever. You don't
Oh.
know. You're not. Why do you act like you know?
He's an Egyptologist. What are you talking about?
I could tell by these hieroglyphics.
Anytime Enrique has to tell us how to say something, we're in trouble.
Yeah, all right. So this is his episode.
But that's a good question. Is it Kemet or Kemet? I'm going to say Kemet.
It's Kemet.
I think everybody I've heard says Kemet.
All right. So a good thing we've settled that.
Settled. Done.
So Tyler sent us some money and said, "Why don't you buy Kemet
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
play it?"
Any other games you want us to play, Tyler?
We've sold out.
BoardGameSnobs at
This is the first time.
gmail.com.
We've sold out. We're actually sponsored.
I've made it abundantly clear. I will sell out as soon as possible.
I have my intent.
You send us your money, and we will buy whatever you want us to buy. And I
No.
want to give you a fair review.
Oh, fair review.
Well, yeah.
Oh. Since when are we reviewers?
As long as whatever it takes. Does
Oh,
it
yeah.
require money?
Somebody send you money?
If you send me money, I'm suddenly a reviewer.
Well, since we're selling out, this
He sent us money for a discussion.
Since
a Kemet
we're
discussion.
selling out, this episode is brought to you by Wild Turkey. Was it called Long Branch
Hey,
Bourbon,
I love
sponsored
Longmire.
by and
All
advertised.
right.
But no, it's Matthew McConaughey's bourbon.
Longmire is not all right.
No, Long Branch.
Long Branch whiskey.
Branch.
Long
in
Branch.
Longmire.
Long Branch.
No, Long Branch.
Longmire is a good show.
Longmire's a show.
Have
Long
you seen
Branch
Longmire?
is a bourbon.
Featuring
I've
Starbucks.
seen one episode.
Which one? The pilot? That's a good show.
Funny you say that because Starbuck was a pilot.
She was. And he was. There was 2 Starbucks.
There was
in
a
Battlestar
male
Galactica.
Starbuck in the 80s, and then they switched it to a much I actually like the new Starbucks.
Oh, good
10
grief.
times
Well,
better.
come on. Are you going an AD show? BSG was super cheesy.
Are you saying that-
Although, as a child, those flying motorcycles were
That
freaking
was
awesome.
pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I didn't understand Apollo and Starbucks. Why did you need two guys that were like having a bromance, like their wingman type thing? I didn't get that.
That was the 80s machismo.
I guess. Like Chips.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Paunch and Blonde Dude, whatever his name was.
It's just Blondie.
Do you know Blonde Dude?
Mike, I'm going to tell you right now.
Do you know Chips?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Enrique, do you know Chips?
No.
He knows Doritos. I want to tell you right now, Mike, your choice of bourbon is much nicer than Gobby's. Gobby stuck me with some
I'm so sorry.
dollar store Bald Eagle brand.
Hey, but you know what? He drinks it all equally.
No,
he will
no.
consume it.
I'll consume it, but I enjoy your Long Branch Wild Turkey brought to you by Matthew McConaughey.
I'm sorry.
I've got some very nice stuff for us to for us to try.
All right, enough with the banter.
Oh, there's a banter
This
segment.
banter segment. Play the music.
Engage.
Play the music. And
Banter
get us off
segment,
the.
engage.
You're going to segment things now because you're all about. Oh, we got a segment thing, so
We
we're
do.
more professional.
We do.
I want to segment us into Kemet. Let's merge into Kemet.
No, you just said it was Kemet.
Oh, Kemet,
Commit.
Kemet,
Kemet.
whatever.
And now, for your pleasure, a board game review.
I like Kemet, big time.
Are you saying that just to anger me?
No. Here's why. All right, if you're not familiar with Kemet, Gabi, why don't you look up and tell who the designer, the artist, the producer, and the co-producer, and the person who wrote the rule book, since that's so important to
On
you.
it.
Go ahead and look that up.
I'm on it.
Mike hasn't played Kemet because, we just haven't had time. Me and Enrique have played numerous games of Kemet.
And I failed many times.
Yes, because you're not any good at
Every
such.
time.
Yeah.
So far, you've lost every game we've played, but that's not
But
important.
does not change his strategy.
It doesn't change your strategy.
Refuses.
I like the fact that you only buy blue tiles.
Immediately went into his same strategy. And I'm like, Enrique's buying the blue stuff.
Yes,
Defense.
yes. As I'm telling everybody, this game is about combat. You really need to be about attacking. Enrique does not even build a red temple. He's all about the blue. He's all about the white. Not
This
about
is-
the attacking.
Like, I've always been like a very defensive.
Well, I know you're very
Why
offensive.
are you
don't
so
know why.
defensive? And Jerry is offensive.
I am very offensive. Anyways, Kemet. Let me go down and tell you about Kemet. Kemet is a area control game that, unlike most area control games, you are in a position to where you basically are able to attack other players like instantly, like right out of the bat. It's kind of has this theme of like Stargate, like the whole Egyptians, but yet they can teleport using their pyramids to other areas and fight each other.
Which is what everybody knows what the pyramids were. That's what they were used for.
That's what they were used for, because if you're in Egypt,
They're from the future.
you need to get to Easter Island.
You cannot build a pyramid like they did back then with the tools they had. It took aliens.
Everybody knows this already, Gabi.
That's fact.
Everybody knows this already.
I thought there was a new Predator movie about that.
Kemet is a solid area control game, number one. And number two, aliens walk among us. We can just go ahead and just throw that out there. Might as well. I mean, come on. You cannot tell me that Enrique is one of us.
We're going to need a blood sample, Enrique.
Well, we can just do it right here.
No.
Right now.
Put your
I'll look at him flexing
Like-
flexing
It
his
would-
gun.
Why do you have no
He's
sleeves?
got no sleeves on.
He doesn't have any sleeves.
Put your shirt back on.
What shirt?
We don't need to see all of it.
When
Just to see
I
your
need to
gut.
let the listeners know that when I say that Enrique's shirt has no sleeves, I don't mean that
Enrique,
he bought
can
a
you put your
sleeveless
glass
shirt.
over there,
I
please?
mean he bought a shirt and took the sleeves off it.
He cut them off.
He cut them off.
And
He literally
besides,
cut them.
this shirt is very comfortable. It's made out of
His line
bamboo.
is, "I don't believe in sleeves."
That's a bad joke number one. So in Kemet, you are able to attack the other players
I
very
believe
quickly.
it's Kemet, but
I'm saying what I want to say because I say what I want to.
Oh, okay.
That's how I am.
You are.
Has
You
to
are
be
your own
Kemet.
person.
I am my own person. Kemet is a two-player game. Me and Enrique played it several times as two-player. I don't really like it as much as a two-player game.
Same.
I think it's good. The more players you have, the better off it tends to
Enrique's
be.
gotten more vocal
What, Enrique?
on our podcast.
Well, it's because you always oppress him, and I've told him stop being oppressed.
I think the more skin he has showing, the more vocal he is.
Oh,
When he comes in his turtleneck, he doesn't say much. But now he's in his tank. Well, actually, his shirt's off now, so he's like really mouthy.
No, well,
He's singing in the background.
it is very hot in this studio. Why do you have these blaring lights in this? Why do you have every light on in here?
Tell me what you know. Where's the detonator?
Turn the lights off. Not all of them.
Part of it.
No, okay, we're good.
Let's set the mood, atmosphere,
No,
ambiance.
we're in a 4x6 room.
Is it a 4x6?
There's not even enough
There
room for
you go.
All right, I'm
Thank
fine with
you.
this.
Thank you.
Much better.
So,
Not
in
trip over
Kemet,
something.
because this podcast is
Let me
about
light my candles real quick.
board games. Your eucalyptus scent candles of your diffuser. I was fascinated by the combat system in it, actually. I actually really... Here's the thing.
I liked the combat.
I'm going to upset some people. Are you ready?
Who are you going to upset?
Everybody who likes Scythe.
Oh, no.
The combat system in Kemet is the combat system I want in Scythe. It has the whole concealed from the other individual what you're choosing, what cards. And in Kemet, you have 6 cards. The cards display either your power, which is what you utilize to win the battle, how many casualties you inflict on the other player, and how much defense you have, which is basically how much casualties you block from the other player. You lay a card down, you flip it up, and it's resolved. And you add up the power and how many units, and whoever has the most wins. And then you inflict casualties per the casualty markers and the defense. It's super fast. But what's interesting about it is everybody has a hand of 6 combat cards. You play one, but you discard one before it's face down before combat. So you never know what your opponent has discarded. And so you never know what cards are in their hands. And all the cards are pretty good. Each card has their purpose. One card doesn't give you a lot of power, but it inflicts a lot of casualties.
Question.
Yes.
Do you not normally just discard your lowest strength one?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Because one of the cards is lower strength, but it inflicts like massive
It
casualties.
inflicts
Or it gives you a
casualties,
lot of
but in the
defense.
game, strength only matters because
no.
even yes, no.
Tyler, right
No.
in.
Let's
I know
say-
you're
No.
listening.
Because if
I know
the
that you
least
can kill
powerful
them
cards
and
are
negate the
more-
battle.
are more useful for like just smaller groups,
Yes. That's
smaller group army. Because let's say your enemy has 5 troops, but you only have 1.
who's talking.
I don't know.
Is that Enrique? Oh, that's
Okay.
Oh, where did Enrique makes a good point.
He's really
Enrique
talking.
makes a good point. If you know you're about to lose the battle, just inflict heavy
Yeah,
casualties.
pretty much.
Just lay it out there, which is what I did. This is why I won.
Okay, well, in
why
that
I'm
case,
undefeated.
it's undefeated against Enrique, who plays the same strategy every time, and me, the new guy.
Well, it doesn't matter. Why are you trying to gate my success?
Because that's what you do.
Why are you trying to gate
All
my
you
success?
do.
Anyways,
Winning's winning.
Kemet, the battle system in it is superb for what it is. There's no dice.
I
it's
do
just
like the
cards.
fact that you discard because that keeps people guessing. Because unlike Scythe or even Game of Thrones, it's like, okay, they've discarded this, and this. I know what you have left.
pretty much. And what was fascinating is that I think
Fascinating.
Kemet.
Here we go.
Yes, I'm using the word fascinating. Kemet stole that from Game of Thrones, I believe, and they just built on it.
Did it come out after?
I believe it.
It came out in 2012. Kemet.
I believe it did. I think the first edition of Game of Thrones may have come out in like 2011. I don't know off the top of my head. But anyways, Kemet, fast paced, doesn't overstay its welcome. With 8 victory points or 10 victory points, you can kind of choose what's.
Game of Thrones first edition, 2003.
Yeah, it was old. Long or short game.
Grief.
Anyways, Kemet is a very fast paced.
You said Kemet a lot.
Solid.
Because that's how you say it.
Area control game.
Hey, Enrique, put your pants back on. He's getting more and more crazy. The more he disrobes, the crazier he gets.
I like the
Oh,
word.
I'm sitting next to him. What are you talking about? I'm locking eye contact
Good
with Gabby. Like it's going
grief.
to save my life.
Don't look at me.
Update your Adobe, please.
I can't. I don't know how.
Anyways, I like Kemet. Tyler, if you're listening,
Okay.
I like Kemet. I like
What?
the-
Okay, let's do this whole thing.
All right, do it.
Game components.
Do it. Game components,
How do you think about the game components?
they're serviceable. Here's one thing that is often overlooked in game components. and I really enjoy this. And I'll segue this or merge this into another game here in a moment. But double-sided boards that accommodate multiple players. The board's double-sided. It's suited to where if you play for 2, 3, 4, or 5 players, I really like that. I know it doesn't have a lot to do with the actual quality of components, but the fact that the board is double-sided.
It's good. Like brass.
Like it a lot.
Endeavor.
The little,
Endeavor has
the little miniatures.
They're just cheap
they were
plastic.
just cheap plastic, but the big ones that come with things you
the
buy,
monsters.
those were
I
very
like
high
them.
quality to me.
I like the components. They were serviceable. The rulebook was decent.
Theme. You're fighting.
You're fighting.
It's just fighting.
It just had this pseudo historical / Egyptian / sci-fi
historical.
Yeah, did you know
alien Egyptians with superpowers?
I watched The Rock.
Stargate, you mean?
Fight
Scorpion King.
The Scorpion. Yes. So
Yes.
there it is.
Okay, so go ahead with your final thoughts.
I
on
liked
Kemet.
it. It is probably one of the fastest paced area control games that I enjoy. It's to me, it's the strategy is there. Because the strategy doesn't come from the fighting out on the board. The strategy comes from the powers that you buy. And so somebody repurposed these the triangle dice. What do you call them? The 1 through 4 pyramid dice. You use them as pyramids. And
That was good. I like that.
And you buy these little tiles that add to your player board that make you different from everybody else. So there's red, blue, and white. There's red, blue, and white pyramids. The higher up you build your pyramid, if it's a level 1, 2, or 3, or 4, you buy.
I like that scheme.
I
the
like that
pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid scheme. You can buy, and I'm going to segue that here in a minute.
How many segues you got?
I've got so many segues coming here in a moment.
I don't know.
You can buy those tiles and you add them to your player board, and they give you a distinct advantage. So it's not like each faction is different. Every faction is the same at the beginning of the game, and then later, as you're buying these tiles, they change.
So as far as area control battle games, where would
I rank this?
You mentioned in a conversation you had said you words. If I knew words,
Find your words.
You compared it to Godfather.
Oh, I was talking about how in Godfather, this is a stretch, but how in Godfather it's a worker placement, but there's a combat
You
involved.
position people, you combat,
You're trying to control one certain area. In Kemet, you're trying to control these certain areas, these certain little temples that give you victory points. So you know where you have to go to get the victory points. But there's also other secondary ways of getting victory points, like winning battles and
controlling the temples,
certain other
buying cards,
but certain other
cards.
tiles that you can buy.
Okay,
In terms
quick.
of area control,
All
I
right.
think Kemet is way up there for me.
Okay, well, let me go through this with you. Kemet or Barony?
Wait a minute.
No,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
just asking you a question. If I said, you want to play Kemet or you want to play Barony?
You can't.
Honestly,
What'd you say?
No,
What
I
did
was-
you?
What? Was that a burp?
I was about to say you can't really compare the two.
No, yeah, I'm just saying.
let
Do
him-
you want to play Kemet or do you want to play Barony?
Answer him, Enrique.
Well, because
No?
Barony
Here we
has
go.
like a very different.
Anytime I ask Enrique a yes or no question, he starts with, well.
Wait, well, he flexes
He
really.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see how he put his arm up there? He's like, bam.
Weird flex,
Flex,
bro,
flex.
but okay.
But
Okay, would you rather play Kemet or Barony?
I would rather play Barony. Because
Okay.
Being
Would you rather play Kemet or Godfather? If I said, Enrique, come over, we're going to play Kemet. Or Enrique, we're going to come play Godfather.
I would say Kemet.
Wow, he really likes
shots
Kemet. He really
Shots
likes
fired.
Kemet. He really likes Kemet.
Kemet or Cry Havoc?
Oh, don't even get me going. Cry Havoc.
How
no.
dare you insult me? with
Oh,
that question?
Hey,
How
no.
that
dare
was a
you?
popular game touted very mightily like 2 years ago that no one talks about anymore.
it's Dice Tower extremely liked.
Yes.
They've got like the 6 or 7 stickers on the box by now.
Kemet or Royals?
Oh, which one was Royal?
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
snap.
Oh.
Kemet or Scythe? Jerry?
Kemet or Scythe?
It would be Scythe for me.
But they're not the same. You're just talking about overall.
Overall.
Unless
Okay.
we're talking about like area
No.
control
I'm just
related.
comparing. I like to do a comparison,
All right,
contrast.
You're just being stupid. But
No. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get it where it would rank for you and giving people other games to compare it to, style-wise, quality-wise. If I said play Kemet or Scythe.
This is the sad thing. I know that Scythe blows it away in every aspect of artwork and everything, and the quality and
Strategy.
No, not necessarily strategy, but I'm just going to say right now,
Not necessarily strategy.
I'd play Kemet every day.
So you would take Kemet over Scythe.
Yeah,
So
Well,
when we
because-
come to our
because-
rankings, I'm going to expect Kemet somewhere over Scythe, which is not even your top
Well,
10.
look
do me a favor. Look up Kemet and tell me where it's at on the BGG rankings.
Because
Kemet is such a strong. Here's the thing: if Kemet came out in the 90s,
If Kemet came in the 90s,
if it came in the 90s, I would have never played Risk. I would have played Kemet. I played Risk way too much in the 90s because I didn't have nothing else going on. I didn't know any better because I like that area control. If I had Kemet back in the day, that's all I'd have played. There's so much variability. It's so fast. It's so mean.
Is it rank overall?
Rank overall.
77.
Kemet is ranked 77. Scythe is ranked like what, 11?
Oh, yeah, it's in top 10.
It's top 10. There's no way. Kemet to me is
I will say, okay.
Kemet is my favorite Ameritrash fighting area control game.
Okay, well, let me knock you down off this horse.
Go ahead.
Because you're like all about
Where
Kemet.
is my Matthew McConaughey bourbon? Why am I out?
Well,
Why am I
okay,
out?
you already have.
we need a break time. Enrique said you had enough.
What did you say?
You
He said you've already had enough.
You don't
You know
even
how
have
you get-
sleeves. You don't decide what I have and what I,
I think
don't
he
have.
does. Look at the size of those guns. He will tell you what
What
to do.
guns? Like,
You don't have
what
any
is this?
guns.
How?
22
Pistols. BB guns.
Go ahead and knock me off
Water
my
pistols.
Go ahead and knock me off my horse, Gobby. Tell me about it. Because here's the thing. Tyler, I need you to listen to me. Tyler, listen, this is just for you. Gobby doesn't like Kemet.
Well,
Gobby doesn't like Kemet.
Kemet, he's only played once.
He's just played it once.
let's
but-
not commit so much to Kemet.
Oh, that was not
good.
good.
That's number 2.
Number 3.
All right.
I thought it was 4.
It's fine,
It's fine.
Oh,
It's ranked
but
number
what that means.
77.
it's number 77. I would take Scythe over it. I would take Barony over it. I'd take Godfather. I would take any game that I have mentioned over Kemet. When we play a 3-player game, I stayed in my temple. And this is, I know you could say, well, that's my fault. But this is gameplay that allows this. In Scythe, I have my turn. Are you going to let me talk? Are you going to let me talk? Or are you going to run your mouth and
I'm not
and
gonna run my
groaning?
mouth. I'm not going to run my mouth. You go ahead and talk
Okay,
and
in
tell your
Scythe, it's my
stupidity.
turn. I take my action. I do my things. I have done something. I've accomplished something.
Well,
In Kemet, I literally sat there in my temple just building up while Enrique and Jerry fought through the whole thing. Jerry won, making all these points in battles. All the while, I was thinking a strategy might be to build up my army with hands. No, that's not a strategy. The only strategy in this game is to attack. That's fine. You recognize that strategy. And if we all know that strategy, even though Enrique's been beat 3 times that way now, he continues to build up defense 4 times.
4 times. He holds up his hand and whispers 4 times.
Let me correct you. I have lost 4 times.
Don't want this podcast to be inaccurate.
Don't want to be that inaccurate. Okay, Enrique has played this game yet refuses to change his strategy. Even though the only strategy is to attack. And Jerry proved that today. You built up a solid defense once again to no avail. You lost. Actually, you were in 3rd place, point-wise. Jerry come out. He attacked, got all those permanent attack points.
Yes.
And I sat there. I tried to build up. I was just getting a feel for the game. I built up my pyramid, got a couple temporary points, a couple attack points. It's an okay game, but I don't like the fact that I can sit over here in my own corner and really, while y'all battled it out, I was trying to build stuff up to no avail. Like, it was pointless because while Jerry's attacking, he's racking up points. I kind of thought I was doing something over here with the white stuff. What is that?
It's like resources,
resources, and I was even building up attack for when I do attack. But by the time I built up to attack, Jerry had 5-6 points already. Yeah. It was too late.
So basically, you're saying you didn't play the game.
Well,
right. That's what I'm saying. There's one way to play it.
Right.
Well,
I don't like.
Here's the thing.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
You go on here and you constantly praise games with multiple paths to victory.
I love games with multiple.
This one has one that we have seen in 5. You have 5 plays. I have 1. I've seen 1. There's one path to victory.
Let me tell you something.
And also, people talk about the order track, like order of play. Mm-hmm. Is unfair.
Here's the deal. I love games that have multiple paths to victory, truly multiple paths to victory. But games like Kemet remind me of the good old days where you sit down, you realize that the board game is this straight linear path to victory. You're going to go down this path, and whoever can get down this path the quickest and the hardest is going to be the winner. In Kemet,
it's risk.
Game of life.
In Kemet,
but better.
In Kemet, it is just the blood of your enemies, and I know that there's not a lot of overarching strategy. It's just fight and hold this ground, and that's what I like.
And something else I don't like is when you battle somebody, and you have won, but yet you are depleted, and you completely leave yourself open for somebody else to come in. Okay, and literally there was several times where y'all literally just went. Okay, you attacked, you're depleted, he attacked, he's depleted. You attacked back, he attacked back. You attacked back, he attacked back.
I like that. I like that a lot. Here's why. Because I know I'm about to lose. I know I'm not going to win this battle. I will heavy casualty my opponent, and then I'll build back up, and I will come after them. It's just part of the strategy. You have to be able to retreat and pull your guys off the battle. Get them off the board. It's all part of the overarching strategy, and it is all about fighting, and that's what I like about this game. First off, to address your concerns.
I like the cards.
Let me address your concerns.
And I like the display.
You're like one of those people.
I don't have concerns, and here Jerry's going to go, and he's going to blah, blah, blah.
No. Here's the thing. I want to bring this out. You played this game, and you're like, oh, I sit over here and built up my squad. I told you in the beginning, this game is about fighting. It's all about fighting. If you're not fighting, you're not doing something right.
Okay, like so why do they even have that? Why is that even an option? If they want us to fight, then not even give it.
It's not an option.
There's blue cards and there's white cards.
There's not an option. Here's the deal.
Why not just have all red?
Let me explain something to you. When you play football, there is an option that you can catch the ball.
Football has tactics. This game has one tactic, attack.
You can catch the ball and sit down.
No, you can have a strong defense in football that wins Super Bowls. Ask the Baltimore Ravens.
The best defense.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Offense.
No, maybe in war, but not football.
No, Mike,
I can't tell you.
Tell me.
The Baltimore Ravens, 2000 or 2002, they had a quarterback. He's gone. He didn't do anything. All he did was not fumble, not intercept. He handed the ball off. But you're using a analogy that's not good because football, you can have a good defense and still win.
No, here's the deal. In Kemet, you're like one of those people that goes to
Why do you got to say I'm like one of those people?
You're like
Why you got to put me, categorize me?
I'm categorizing you because here's what it is. You're like one of those people that go to a comedy club.
Wait, what?
Because we wouldn't be snobs.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Oh, 2 against 1. Yeah. What's new?
Let's lock arms. Let's lock arms in my sleeved sweater arm to your bare arm. Look,
y'all both taking your shirts off now.
Here's the thing: you're like one of those people that goes to a comedy club and gets offended at a joke.
Did I get offended?
Yes, you played a game that's about fighting and you didn't fight.
So I cannot dislike this game.
No, you cannot.
Why?
I will not allow you.
Why? That makes no sense.
Because you didn't play it.
You're not allowing me in my opinion.
Your opinion's stupid. It is stupid.
But you just think your opinion is correct in all matters. Jerry, put your shirt back on. I don't want to fight you.
I'm taking off my turtleneck.
But
we're taking this outside.
Opinions are though.
What?
And it's just like it. It's just people's opinions.
Exactly. Thank you, Enrique.
Wow,
They-
man,
Thank
that's
you, Enrique.
deep.
Correct. What they
Hashtag
think
Team
is
Enrique.
I bought him a 20-piece chicken nugget before he got here. He is stoked. He is stoked. He is stoked. I like Kemet. It is simple.
so
it
let's
is
do this.
fighting,
Okay,
and I want
don't-
to fight you right now.
Stop pounding.
I'll pound on this table.
You mess up the sound. Okay. So, Kemet. We don't even agree on the name.
It's Kermit. I'm telling you.
Is that
I love
something
Kermit.
you want to Kermit? Oh, Miss Piggy. It's a fine game. It's okay.
I'm choking on my logic.
I would play it. Tyler, I love you. I appreciate the
You don't
things.
know Tyler like I do.
The TH Tyler.
We need to get
Okay, Tyler. So I'm the one. I told you I might not like it, and it's okay, but I'm really not that crazy about it. Jerry is apparently giving it a 10 out of 10.
No, look, no.
And he thinks it's the greatest game of all time.
Oh, whatever.
And Enrique is in his pocket, so he agrees as well.
Here's the thing, though.
Thank you, Mike. Voice of reason. Here we go.
Get it, Mike.
Okay. You're not going to like this.
Oh, how dare you? Don't point at me when you say that.
Okay, but the thing is, he's played it 5 times.
5 times.
He's played it once.
Yes.
Maybe.
How many games have we played one time and you make a very quick decision on if I don't like this in one game,
Okay.
I'm into it.
No.
Dinosaur
Let
Island.
me go down that road
Here we
with
go.
you.
Hard merge.
Let me go down
Kinda
that road
do that
with
too,
you.
you know.
Let's go down that road.
Did you
I
guys
played-
even finish that one?
Yellow brick road. No.
yeah. Oh,
No.
no.
Thank you, Mike. No, Gen 7. He
What?
played 3 seconds of it and I was like, no, I'm done.
No.
So now go down that road with Gen 7.
I'm going down that road.
This is a shouty podcast. Everybody bring it down a notch.
I'll shout if I want to because I have a
Shout if I want
strong, shouty voice.
I don't know why you give him bourbon. Why you give him any alcohol at all? You know this does.
You made a choice.
every time.
It was a poor choice, and now you're
Speaking of which,
need a little salt for your coaster.
You couldn't stop me.
Why didn't we need
Can't
an
stop
ice
on-
machine for this room?
do what?
We need an ice machine for this room.
I will tell you this. I will
the
tell you this.
refrigerator.
I will tell you this.
Tell me.
Mombasa. I didn't like it. I love it now. I'm chewing on ice. There are several games that we've played that the first time.
Okay, well then we're going to give Gen 7 another chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you
Is it?
learn it instead of buying a game and saying, "Here, Jerry, learn
Is that
it."
what you want to do?
You do.
Is that
what
is
you-
that what the guns you want to stick to right now?
If you want to learn
I
it
would
and
really
set
like
it
to
up,
play that game.
sit
Mike
at
wants
home
to
with
play it.
Mike.
Mike
Sit at
wants to
home with
play it.
Mike.
Wait.
Gen 7.
All right. Yeah.
There you go, Mike. You did. That is your job. You figure out Gen 7. I did not like it, and I have a great deal. I've spent a lot of time messing with that game.
There was just like a lot of
Did not.
components.
It
to
was just a lot of mess.
Fiddly or
It's fiddly, but I digress. Kemet. It's a simplistic, straightforward game. The strategy is just simple.
Tyler, you have divided us.
Bash your enemy. And I enjoy that. I enjoy it greatly. And here's,
But not
here's
really.
what is today. I will state this right now.
Here we go.
You will like Kemet.
You will
We will
like
play
this
it,
game.
and you will enjoy it, and you will come to see and be like, "Oh, and
These are not the joys you're looking for.
some
You will
weeks-
like Kemet.
Some weeks from now,
Kemet,
months
you
from
got me
now-
saying commit. See, it's already working.
Well, you have to commit to it. At some period,
I guarantee it's Kemet.
months from now, you'll be like, "That's decent. I like
it.
it.
I love this
yeah,
game."
I love this game." So there it is. I like Kemet.
I've changed my name to Raw.
Enrique. Is it a top 10 game for you?
not top 10, but maybe like a top 7 at least. I'm so tired right now. I'm so-
just ranked it higher.
no, it's fine.
Not a top 10.
7.
It's a top 7.
It's a top 7.
Wow.
No, I would
wow.
put it at like a 7 at least.
Nice.
A
Nice.
7. On my top.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Okay. Kemet.
So, hold on.
Thank you, Tyler.
We thank you very much. We appreciate it very much. And we're thankful for you listening and actually liking
Me and
this
Enrique like
stuff
it
we might
a
like.
lot. And we're about to play it
But
with
we
Mike.
kept making references
To what?
to Stargate.
What about Stargate?
I remember Stargate being the first There was like a magazine article back in the day that would deal with like sci-fi movies. And I remember Stargate being on that magazine. I was like, this is going to be an awesome movie. I was so ready to see Stargate.
Did you not like Stargate?
I watched Stargate. It's featuring, what's his name?
It's Spader.
Ultron?
Spader.
Spader. James Spader.
Yeah.
Spader.
James Spade?
Blacklist.
Yeah.
Blacklist guy.
Jerry.
Sneezing.
Jerry's so sick. I was
physically ill.
just so sick, bruh. Stargate, not impressed.
You didn't like Stargate?
No.
Here's who I liked out of that. The guy that was off Third Rock from the Sun, French.
Love it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was in it.
He was in Stargate?
Yes.
Wow, I do not remember that.
He was like one of the soldiers, and like he stood out.
Was he serious?
He's the guy who doesn't open his eyes.
The squinty dude?
The squinty dude. Like every time he goes around, he keeps his eyes halfway closed and he blows out his cheeks. I was
like constantly blowing
when
out
he was
sand.
on. The only thing that man ever did was that he was on the remake of McHale's Navy with none other than Tom Arnold.
Wow.
And the guy who was the clown off It. Can't remember his name.
The new It?
No, the old It.
Oh.
And then he was on David Letterman and he was talking and he's basically
Tim something.
Yeah, he's married to like a supermodel, the guy who squints.
Something French.
Yeah, something French. But yeah, that bothered me. It's like the only claim to fame this guy had was Third Rock from the Sun and Stargate. Why isn't there not a Stargate the board game? Is Kemet the Stargate the board game?
Yes, it is.
Well, French isn't in it.
No.
I think it would be higher up on the
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
I had to get that out there.
Best show he was ever in.
Clue.
Oh, yes. Loved Clue.
It was a good one.
Horrible board game. Horrible board game.
Yeah.
Great
Well, I mean,
show.
when you're 8 years old,
Nah,
it's all right.
Yeah. I want to talk about Concordia because that has to do with unity, and that's why all four of us are here.
Throwback,
Throwback. We played Concordia.
but yet new.
Yes, I love Concordia. First off, Concordia used to be a top 10 game for me. It was one of the first Euro games I played since. Well, I think it was like after I got back in the hobby. It's like one of the first games I bought. And recently bought the expansion, Concordia Salsa, which I highly recommend. Salsa. We played it with Mike. And Mike, I'm interested in knowing your thoughts on Concordia.
Go. Mike, engage.
All right, Concordia. I really enjoyed it. The process of going through and purchasing your personality cards and gathering the resources. I like the limit in your warehouse. You can't just go crazy and gather massive amounts of linen or what is it, silk? Silk. You can't just stockpile these things and then just go crazy. You have to be able to manage these things, and you have to have a strategy, especially as you're playing these personality cards. If you get too far out of order, you end up having to collect your personality cards before necessarily that you're ready, and you can really benefit from collecting them. So all in all, I really enjoyed it. Now, I can tell you, because me being fairly new in the board game, it's 3 or 4 months in, most of the games that I play with you guys are games that you guys used to they're either on your top 10 or have been on your top 10. So I really enjoyed Concordia.
Yeah, Concordia is one of those games that, in terms of Euro games, I think everybody owes it to themselves to play Concordia at least once. I mean, you don't have to seek out the Concordia Salsa, the expansion, although I think it adds a little bit.
It does.
It uses salt as a wild card in the game, so it's useful. But also there's this, with Concordia, there's this neat little idea of having just a hand of cards, and those hand of cards tell you what you need to do. You play the card, you do the action. And one of the cards is that you pick up all the cards from your discard pile. Concordia Salsa adds a nice little mechanism of however many cards are in your discard pile. you're able to select a tile that's on this little tableau and it gives you a small bonus. And it is a nice little strategy. It adds a little bit something. But Concordia, it is a tight game. It is a tight game, and it is one of my favorite Euro games.
Yeah, it's not overly complicated at all. You explained it to me fairly quickly.
Fairly quickly.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Less
And
than
he
that.
explains terribly, so that's good.
And I am an excellent explainer.
I'm not saying that
Sometimes.
I won or anything, but
He has a short temper. Heaven forbid you don't remember every
you
word
tend to pay
that
attention
comes.
while Jerry's explaining.
Yeah,
Because if you
I
don't,
will
he will come at you with a rage.
I will lash
Because
out.
like rare moments, I actually have to explain a game when you can't.
You can't explain yourself,
I
much less
explain
the game.
brass. Remember?
Oh, whatever.
Enrique.
The one time he explained a game.
Enrique has displayed so much confidence this podcast.
It's the no sleeves.
He's
Look at
growing
this.
up
Look at
before
this.
my
Look at this
eyes.
right here. Pull your pants back up.
he's so confident
I
right
don't know
now.
what happened.
It's insane.
I don't know.
Concordia is a game that, like, every time
It is a game.
It's a game. That's all I got to say. It's a game that every time I play it, I love it. But then as soon as I'm done, I forget how good it is.
Yes, I know.
Because I don't put it in my top 10, but every time I'm playing it, I'm like, this is a solid
It
game.
is.
Multiple
Mark
paths to
Gertz, Matt
victory.
Gertz, yes.
Because all them cards, it's like, well, you can either focus on this or focus on that, or there's every card is like a different way to focus your game. You could multiply the crap out of that a certain way. Concordia is just a game that I forget about until I play it.
Everything.
I do forget everything. I have a terrible memory. But that's something with me. It's like, it really has to just knock me down. I'm like, wow, that was a good game. And Concordia does that. When I'm playing it, it's one of those games I'm like, I like this. I get this. It feels good to play. And then as soon as I'm done, I'm like, no, I don't remember it that much.
I don't
But I need to remember it because it's so good.
It is good, and you win it.
And it's the Salsa expansion, to be honest, I can take or leave. I know you really like those extra things.
I like
but
a little bit extra.
I mean, overall,
I like
the
a little
gameplay.
sweetness.
Overall, the gameplay is the same.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same principle. You score with the multiplier cards at the end. But is Salsa or not, whatever, it's a excellent game. And I'd like to try the new Venus expansion, whatever that does.
it's just a map.
It's just another map?
It's a map of Venus.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's a Venus.
That's all it is a
and
map.
as you're playing it, you can actually terraform Mars and Venus too.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Venus Did you see the Terraforming Mars Legacy?
Oh, I'm excited.
You've
aren't
got
you?
to be kidding
Who
me.
wants to play the most? Don't know.
How do you legacy a Terraforming Mars? I'm so I'm tired of Terraforming Mars expansions. B, I'm tired of legacy games because nobody. Tell me somebody that has played all these legacy games all the way through. I'm sure you're out there, and I'm sure I'm wrong. But as for me and my friends,
Yeah.
we play 1 game, 2 games, 3 games. We're like, okay, I'm really kind of over this game. Let's play something
Yeah,
different.
because we're just so not very dedicated and it's just very.
That's true.
You don't even like sleeves.
That's true. He's not dedicated to sleeves.
Your entire garment.
He's
there.
anti-sleeve. He's a sleevist.
Do you have the top of your hat?
He's against sleeves.
Yeah, it's there.
He goes like ripping sleeves off of other people. Take those off of you.
How dare you?
I don't like those sleeves.
He sees someone in
It
French
confines
cuffs
you.
and just loses his mind. Cufflinks!
Sleevist.
My anger is growing! Oh, I will say this. I will say this about legacy games. It is a fad. It is a fad that I do not enjoy. And let me just...
I don't know if it's a fad. I mean,
It's a
like
fad.
every
It
game
is a
coming out is coming out with one.
Oh, legacy...
Terraforming Mars Legacy, there's like the Grizzled, which I bought Armistice.
What did you...
I
I
bought
love
it.
the fact that you didn't like the
I
Grizzled, and the
bought
next
it.
thing I see, you're like, look at these miniatures!
No, I liked the game okay, but they sold me with this campaign.
I want to play the Grizzled
I
as soon as we hang up here.
I keep buying it, and I keep being a sucker for these campaign
You have to
games.
stop being a sucker.
But I am a sucker.
But you're good. You're our favorite. Look, we need to get off here because I want to play the Grizzled. Because I want to play the Grizzled with Mike. Because I like Mike. I want to play it with Enrique because he's crazy.
Crunk.
Are you a pirate now? Yeah,
Perfect example of how
Are you
crazy
voting
it
in Congress?
Are you involved? Yes.
I agree. Nay.
Nay.
Nay! The
Aye.
nays have it.
I've never been in a situation where I've gotten to say the phrase, the nays have it. I guess I go out and look at the horses and be like, us, the nays have it.
Or if your name is like George Nay.
If my last name was Nay, I would say that all the time. I'd run up
And then like he borrowed something from you.
the nays
And then your
have it.
wife asks you, where's the lawnmower? The nays have it.
Okay, life goal: move next door to somebody last name Nay. Loan them things.
I really stretched that one.
That was good. That was good. Sometimes you gotta like drag it along. You gotta drag the joke along to get there. Oh.
And on that note,
We love you, Tyler. Thank you
thank you, Tyler.
for sponsoring
PH.
us. Well, for sponsoring us. For letting me remind
Letting us
myself
play a
why
game.
I love Ameritrash games. And Kemet is probably...
I will play it again.
You are going to play it again.
Especially because Jerry
And
loves
you
it.
are going to like
I may
it.
come on the next podcast and be like, hey, commit number 1.
Kermit. I love that Kermit game.
Best game.
It's a
Game
great
2019.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Gabi.
I love y'all guys.
Yeah, bye.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.